Since the start of 2025, 99 aviation incidents have been reported in the U.S., leaving travelers wondering, is aviation still the safest mode of travel? On January 29th of 2025, an American Airlines jet collided with a Black Hawk helicopter, killing 67 people on impact.
This footage from Fox News shows the sudden moment where the plane collided with the helicopter. This extremely scary moment has struck fear into millions of Americans, making many of them apprehensive towards flying. However, things would soon become even worse, as an incident occurred at an airport that is a similar size to the San Carlos airport pictured in the video.
In this hangar just behind me, located at the San Carlos airport in Redwood Shores, you can see Cessna planes, which are the same type of plane that ended up crashing 2 days after the crash over the Potomac, killing 6 people who were in the plane and 1 person on the ground.
This plane crash, which occurred in northeast Philadelphia, was actually a medevac flight to take home a girl who had just received life-saving treatment and was on her way back to Mexico where she lived.
Unfortunately, the crash has continued. On February 6th in Alaska, a plane disappeared from the radar of air traffic control, only to be determined to have crashed later, killing all 10 people inside of it. Then on February 10th and 19th, multiple planes crashed in Arizona, killing numerous people. These events have raised lots of concern in many communities, but specifically in the Carmel community, about the current state of aviation and if travel is still safe.
I would feel safer in a car because there's a lot of things that can potentially go wrong with flying a plane, but there's not as much that can potentially go wrong in a car. I mean, there's always going to be stuff that goes wrong, but I think that aviation is still a really safe field overall. I mean, I know that there's a lot of checks like that I do specifically when I'm flying a plane that you have to go through all those checks before you take off and stuff like that. And it makes aviation really safe because there's always going to be stuff that goes wrong. And I think these crashes are just examples of like a few bad apples.
I think the future of the aviation industry, given the plane crash, is a little bit rough because everyone's up on edge right now about more plane crashes, and you might see a bunch of them in the news every day. And due to that, people might be a little bit scared, especially with the aviation industry wanting to transform to AI pilots. They're probably not gonna want that as much, because if humans can't do it, why can robots? So I think it could be a little rough, but I hope it isn't.
Contrary to popular belief, flying has a 1 in 11 million chance of someone dying in a plane crash. However, the chances of someone dying in a car crash are 1 in 93 during their lifetime. This means that these percentages are going to be drastically different, and planes are significantly safer than cars.
This is Keegan Marlott reporting for Scott Center News.